Ladies and gentlemen, all of us are works in progress. For many of us, we try to become better people, better leaders, better friends, better citizens. And along the way, there are barriers to this progress. Some of them are local, specific to each community, and some of them global, the kinds of barriers that challenge everyone everywhere. One of these global barriers is self-pride. I mean the narcissism, the overestimated self-importance that leads to reckless behavior. When our sense of pride turns to arrogance, we cease to be good leaders, good friends, good citizens. Today I'm going to tell you an old story from Homer's Illiad, the arrogance of Achilles, the great warrior without whose fighting the Greeks cannot win, who's offended by the way he's treated by the great King Agamemnon in front of all of his comrades, and whose reply is to return to his ship and let all of his comrades die for all he cares to preserve his sense of self-respect. This is a story of a person so self-absorbed, so quick to anger when he regards that he's been disrespected, so inconsolable when he feels offended, that wrapped in his me first, he brings suffering and misery to those around him, his friends and compatriots, and even the dearest friends who he loves. Perhaps this story will remind you in some ways of a political leader or someone on the world stage, so wrapped in self-importance, so full of outrage when there's a perception of disrespect, so vindictive and hurtful in reply. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about you and I. It's about all of us. When we've been offended, humiliated in front of coworkers by the boss, by some family member or friend, at what point are we ready to say, okay, enough already, let's move forward together? But for all those who are unable to do this, who haven't spoken to supervisors, family members, or friends for a long time because of the hurt their disrespect caused, the story that I'm going to tell you is your story too. The story of Achilles is a cautionary tale. But for all of us ready to break through the barrier of arrogant self-pride that the Greeks call hubris, this tale is one of hope for all of us. Now, what happens next? What did Achilles do? How did he work out his anger? Well, if you'd like to hear more of that, you'll have to invite me to become one of this year's TED Lecturers.